Was your hair transplant worth it? We got Zeph, Life is Zeph, here in the studio. Zeph, it's 10 months, and I can't believe how much
Yep, 10 months post hair
better your
transplant.
hair looks. I'm gonna do a side by side after because I have your old video when you go like that, and it's 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 unbelievable. You really got like a Roman look going on right
Yeah,
now.
I didn't think it
You
would
know?
turn out curly. Do you ever have people that get hair transplants that come out with different hair textures as they thought it would be? Or
Yeah,
how does that work?
yeah, actually, that's a really common thing. So, like, when the hair starts to grow out, sometimes it'll be kind of like bushy
Yeah.
and kind of like almost untamable, and sometimes it'll be kind of wavy. Lucky for you, that's in style,
Yeah,
and
true.
everybody has that kind of look. It actually makes you look like really, really young. Like it's crazy. Like when I first met you, that was when you were first going through the thing, you kinda had like a almost like a faux hawkish type of
Yeah. It's like
hairstyle.
the modern comb over.
It's
It
like
was
the
like I had to like push both sides
yeah,
to the
you kind
middle to cover
yeah,
more
and
scalp a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, compared to, like, seeing you now, it's like, I honestly would think that you're, like, 24, 25, something like that.
We lost a couple
Yeah,
years because of COVID.
you chopped a couple years off of you, man. It's crazy. It looks amazing, and I think the last like I was telling you, the last hairstyle that you had, like that mullet thing, suits you really well.
I
I'm a
appreciate it.
fan of the slick back just because that's kinda what I
Yeah.
like to do, with the little curl and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that looks really cool, but I think just for modern times and just for coverage, this is the way to
I
go for
appreciate it.
sure.
Your hair's looking good too.
Yeah, thank you, man. I took some time in doing it. I actually did it yesterday.
Oh, really?
I just didn't redo it. Yeah, I didn't restyle it. That's
Do you
kind of the beauty of having
do
hair.
you like wake up and your hair just looks like that?
Yeah, it's a lot of hairspray.
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's the key. You use a lot of hairspray. So if you like, do you use hairspray at all when you do
No.
slick back?
When I do, I feel like it damages, like, my hair. I'm afraid to use a lot of product in my hair.
Yeah,
Have you ever noticed, like, any breakage or using a lot of product where your hair just feels like the quality's gone down from using too much product?
not really. I mean, for me, I kind of have a base of how I do my hair. So like first thing, I'll wash it, blow dry it, and use some sea salt spray,
Mhm.
and then blow dry it again. So that kind of makes my hair already looks a lot fuller. And then I'll use some of that texture powder, and that kind of binds my hair. Now my hair is kind of like set. Then I'll
Nice.
use just like a little bit of like pomade, put it, you know, sparsely around my hair, comb it the kind of with my hands, and then I'll just finishing touch is just the hairspray, just to
Nice.
lock it in. And I found that when you do that, you can go to sleep and you'll wake up just like it just needs a little minor tweak.
Mhm.
And that helps just not washing my hair every day,
Yeah.
because you sometimes I am of the bad habit of just I feel like, "Oh, man, I gotta wash my hair every day,"
Yeah.
especially if you're, like, sweating or, like, you go to the gym. I don't know how people do that, not wash their hair after they've been at the gym and, like, sweated all day.
Yeah. I don't mind it too much. Like, I'll sweat because I work out almost every day, and I'll sweat so much, and I'll just rinse it out with water, and then
And it's
I'll rinse out my hair, like, actually shampoo every other day, 2, 3 days. Like, 2, 3 times a week, I'll wash my hair. But I
you
work out every day, so it gets really sweaty.
yeah, man, you've had a crazy body transformation.
Appreciate
Crazy.
it. Yeah.
I mean, you always looked in good shape when I first met you.
Yeah.
You could tell you worked out, but, obviously, I didn't know how you look like without a shirt. But that
What
one
are we doing in this
video
room, man?
yeah, that one video of you, like, when you had the shaved head and you were like, you go like this,
Yeah.
I was like, "What?" I I did not think you were
Yeah, well,
like
I did a strongman competition in February of last year,
it
and I
was around
messed
that time,
yeah, and
yeah.
I messed up my foot. So, my head was shaved, I did the toupee around that time, my foot was messed up, I did the powerlifting meet, like, 2 weeks later, and I was just out of shape. What's that? I was pretty
You were
chopped. I
chopped,
was
like the
chopped,
kids say.
um, yeah, locked in my food for, like, 6 months, upped the cardio, I got rehab done for my foot, I started getting body work done,
What is
um,
body work? You
like
mentioned
massage,
body.
like deep tissue
Is that
massage.
like that little it looks like a
Yeah,
nail
it's
gun that's like
yeah, but someone actually does it on you, so it's
Oh,
just
okay.
myofascial release, so, like, anything that was tight or sore or need realigned. I had a lot of issues with my low back, and then I have hip issues and So I got a lot of my injuries fixed. I became a little bit more functional and then started training to be more aesthetic looking,
To be
to be more
shredded, to
affection,
be
to be godlike.
shredded Zeph.
I had to match the same energy of my hair, so I
Life
wanted to
is
look like my
Zeus. That's what you're
hair.
gonna change it as.
Yeah,
I
so
mean, yeah, it's been crazy. Have you ever had like I had a bum issue. I still have a bum but not bum issue, a bum shoulder
oh, okay.
with like not a bum issue.
You got a bum in
I mean, we're
You
in
call the
LA.
I would call the cops,
Yeah,
dog.
we're
Yeah.
in LA,
I
so
would call the cops if
I
that's the
guess that
case.
is true. But no, I've had a bum shoulder forever where it's like it I think it's pretty much nerve damage. Like I don't
Mhm,
feel like I can flex. Like my left side I can flex. I
mhm.
can feel like the muscle engage. This it feels like I
Nothing's
can't
there.
like I can't.
It sucks.
Um do you think body work would fix something like that?
100%, yeah. I mean, I have a neck injury and I have issues with this nerve that travels across your rear delt into this tricep into my fingers. It's called the ulnar nerve, and it's messed up. But I have gotten a lot of feeling back. I have issues like connecting my mind to my tricep. So like my tricep develops differently from this
That's
tricep.
how my like this feels
Um,
like jelly for me.
so a lot of it could be like in your neck. Um,
Yeah, well I had a C4 slip disc.
There you go, dude.
Uh
That would probably mess up a lot of things nerve-wise in your shoulder and
yeah.
tricep. But yeah, if you can work the muscles around it, you might not get all the feeling back. But did you get surgery done on that, or
No, I got so I injured my back in the gym. I was doing stupid exercise, just a dumb exercise. Or so you know the cables, right?
yeah,
I was trying to do like the rear delts.
yeah,
So I was like,
yeah,
I was
pulling them
kind of
apart?
yeah,
Yeah,
pulling them apart, right?
that's okay.
And I
Yeah,
bent down and I for some reason just like pulled my neck forward in
yeah.
some weird way at the same time I was pulling the weights apart. And instantly I just felt like a snap in
Mhm.
my neck. And I was like, "Whew, that didn't feel good." I was like, "Well, I should probably leave the gym," but then I was like, "Nah, I'm gonna finish my workout. I'll just power through it." The next day, I was driving to work and I had to literally like jam my shoulder into the seat just because it was constant
Yeah,
pain.
yeah. No, I think body work would help you out a lot. If you have any chance to get get it done, I would
Ye
definitely do it.
Yeah, I gotta look into that.
But your arms are good though. You got some vascularity.
Yeah, just
Arms.
for not working out at all anymore, but I wanna get into it. I mean, seeing you motivated me. I'm like, "Yeah, I gotta get my winter
The bod
body."
back,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I'm like that, like the
You
before.
got an excuse though, bro. You got a kid. You
Yeah,
got the certified dad
I
bod.
got the dad bod, but
Yeah.
I'm not happy about it.
No,
I want
you're
I wanna
fine. You
get
look
rid of
good.
that.
You look good. I had a question for you. How many I know you got in a couple hair transplants. How many grafts did you get done?
I lose the track because I had 4 surgeries, so I don't remember exactly, but it's close to 10,000 grafts.
Jeez, okay.
So I had, I think, like, maybe 2,000 grafts for my beard, like, my lower beard, and, that's all in my crown,
And then
and
through the donor, you probably had like
I
around
probably had
8,000.
something like that, close to 8,000 as
So
a
I had like 4,000 and I got this flow going where it's like it's grown back nicely and I like the donor area. Like it doesn't bother me. Like I have good density there still. Do you feel like you have less density from obviously you're going to have like less density because you have less hair back there? Do you ever feel like A1, you cut it pretty short to the sides. Does it
Yeah.
bother you that you have scarring that you could see? Like to the naked eye, no one can really see it, but to you, does it bother you knowing that you have the FUT?
You mean FUE?
FUE,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
not the FUT,
Yeah.
but FUE.
No, honestly, I think that with once you get a hair transplant, there's like a sweet spot of like how long your hair should be both on the in the donor and on the top.
Mhm.
Like if you go too short, doesn't look as good. If you let it go too long, it doesn't look as good because then you start to get a
Yeah,
mismatch. For me, I think
because I don't notice it, but I'm just saying, like, for
yeah,
you, do
this
you
is
feel like
like
it
the
bothers you?
perfect length. If it starts to get a little bit longer, like in between your hair length and my hair length
Mhm.
is when it looks kind of bad. But honestly, doesn't bother me at all.
Okay.
Like it's been pretty good. I think that if you are someone who like grows your hair out
Like, if
like
you
you
try to
like to
rock a flow, how do you think that would affect you? Like, if I wanted to get 4,000 more grafts. done because I'm at 4,000. If I wanted to get around 8,000 and I wanted to grow out the sides and the back, how
It
much different would that look? Would it look when it would not look good
it
or
would look you would have a more balanced head of hair.
Mm,
So, like, for example, like right now, your top looks good,
yeah,
but you can tell it's a little bit lighter
mhm.
and like less dense than the
The sides
sides.
and
The
back, yeah.
sides are very full. So you'd have more of like this look, like even,
Yeah,
like a more of an even kind of distribution of hair. I think it would still look good. I think it would make your top look better. Of course, everybody's different. Like, are you gonna see some density issues on the sides? Yeah, I mean, that's just kinda inevitable. If you went for another 4,000, your top would look insane.
yeah.
Your top would look like y yeah, it would look crazy. Are you planning on
I
doing
don't
that?
know if I plan to get a second one. I guess that's it's like hypotheticals, right?
Yeah,
Like if I plan to get a second
you
hair
guys heard it here
transplant,
first. He's getting a
what
second one. 8,000 grafts.
if
He's
I
going
just
for it.
full send,
He's
if I
going
plan
for
to
it.
get a second hair transplant, what would you recommend that I do?
If you were to get a second hair transplant, I would keep everything the same, and I would just probably go for the crown a little bit. I would probably do
Just fill
maybe
in like density?
just fill in, yeah, just fill in the density and the crown. It's already looks pretty good,
Mhm,
but yeah, that's all I would do. Just kind of evenly add more density. So just do the same thing that you did,
mhm.
but just another, I would say like 2,000 grafts.
Yeah,
And 2,000 grafts would be insane.
that's a lot.
4,000, yeah,
4,000 is a lot. And
4,000.
2,000
I
a lot,
think
yeah.
2,000 would be kind of the ideal goal because then you'd have like your hair would be super full. Like
Yeah,
your hair you wouldn't have any thin spots at all anywhere in
mhm.
your head. And you could rock like a lot of different like styles. You mentioned something earlier about like the slick back, like it looks a little bit different. What bothers you about the slick back when you do the slick back?
Oh, when I push my hair back, I like to have it with, texture. So, like, I like having my hair, like, clumped together. It gets, like, the waves going
Yeah,
through.
yeah.
So I feel like I have more coverage here where it's,
Mm-hmm.
like, curly and I can have some coverage here. When I'm slicked back, the front looks good, but I lack some of that density, like you said, through the crown where you could see my scalp a lot more. So,
Ah,
like, when the hair's clumped together with, like, a pomade or something like that, you can
you can
see
see the
through
yeah
the diffuseness, you could see pockets where it'd be
where
thinner
there's
than other spots. Um, and then outside of that, the only thing else I thought about was like temples themselves. If even like
yeah.
restructuring is a
I see. I
because the
think
hairline matches the temple, I think it's fine, right? But I've always thought about it because I have I feel like I would lose some ground in my temples. Like it might not mean much, but even just
mm,
like a little bit. I'm being picky. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Honestly,
And I'm pushed forward a lot right
I
now,
think your
obviously.
temples look pretty dang good. I
Never
wouldn't
seen it.
really honestly, I wouldn't even bother with the temples because they're at a good place. You don't wanna bring them too far out
Yeah,
because then there's gonna be a mismatch with the height of
of
your
the hairline.
hairline.
Yeah.
Because then it's gonna be like, "Whoa, this dude's temples are" usually, if you have
So if I did
temples,
temples, I would restructure
you
my
you'd
hairline.
have to restructure your hairline,
Okay.
100%, because then it would they would the like, body
Yeah.
symmetry would be off.
Yep.
Right now, you have good symmetry because your temples match the hairline height
Yeah.
perfectly. So if you were to bring that forward, you have to bring the hairline down.
Mhm.
And the problem with that is then you're gonna have to sacrifice some density.
Yeah.
For me, I think you look really good with the hairline height that you have.
Mhm.
The older you get, I mean, I'm about 10 years older than you. Trust me, you're gonna want just even density. The hairline will become kind of secondary
Mhm.
to just having just an overall even head of hair
Yeah.
that looks like natural. There's no pockets of thinness. That would be kind of my goal for you would be like get it all even so that when you do slick back your hair, everything looks like the front
Yeah.
and you feel good. Like,
'Cause
oh,
do you feel like you lost or for me, I feel like I'll lose ground from my native hairs and then keeping that hairline height will allow me to build density over a long period of time if I was to get more surgeries. Do you feel like when you got your surgery, almost like getting a brand new pair of shoes and then you keep wearing them and the shoe quality kind of goes down, they almost get a little messed up or whatever, you need a new pair. Do you feel like the freshness of a hair transplant over time goes away where maybe the transplanted hairs get thinner, maybe the quality of those donor hairs that were moved from the donor to the recipient. Do you think those transplant hairs lose quality or thin over time? Like you almost lose the freshness of your hair transplant over a period of time?
Um,
Or do you think it's a mix of, okay, they're there and I'm regressing my native hairs and now they're still there, but now I kind of lose some of that body that was there before because my native hairs are going away. I
it's a
don't know
good
if this made sense.
that's a good question. I think that inevitably with time, yes, the transplanted hair will thin
Mhm.
a little bit, but not enough to where it's really going to be visible. Really, what causes the kind of your you to look worse is just your native hair that you
Your
had
native hair loss.
starts to go. So that's kind of the main thing. For me, when I got my procedure, I was like how you were before you started regrowing your hair. So
Mhm.
I had like almost nothing. It was just like hair that wouldn't even grow. It was like baby hair.
Mhm.
So pretty much now this is almost, I would say 95% transplanted hair. And it's been 11 years since I had my first hair transplant, and the quality hasn't changed. I haven't really noticed much. There's periods of time where I shed a little bit more,
Mhm.
and there was like a period of time where I was in between my minoxidil prescription, so I wasn't taking oral minoxidil, and I did feel like that did cause, maybe it's all in my head, but I do feel that it caused some density issues, like my hair didn't look as full.
Mhm.
But if you keep up with your medication, you keep up with, your hair loss protocol, I don't think your hair should be good for a long, long time,
Mhm. Do you
Forever? Probably not, but a long time.
Yeah. Do you feel like your hair transplanted hair benefited from medication?
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Like the
for sure.
transplanted
The
hairs.
transplant, yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I mean, like I hair, your donor hair is DHT resistant, not DHT proof.
Yeah.
That's kind of like how, just like like your iPhone. Your iPhone is water resistant. You can drop it in the toilet and pick it up, and it's still gonna work. But if you go deep sea diving with it,
Mhm.
not gonna work, right? So
And your native
that,
hairs are like a toaster plugged in.
yeah, exactly. That as soon
It's
as
gonna blow up.
I wanted to ask you about your venture that you're
Yeah.
going into. For those of you who aren't aware, Zeph is gonna start an online pharmacy. So you got the main elixir, I believe it's
Yeah,
called,
so
right? Yeah.
we have the main solution. We just have a couple different over-the-counter medications and natural serums that you can use for your hair. So we have a natural scalp serum. We have a minoxidil blend, foam minoxidil blend. We have the dermastamp, the microneedling tool. We're coming out the shampoo, ketoconazole shampoo here shortly. That's going to be sulfate free, which is going to be huge for people with thin hair because so many people have thin hair but want to use ketoconazole, and ketoconazole dries the crap out
Yeah,
of your
make it
hair.
brittle.
It makes it really brittle, and especially if you have curly or textured hair, you lose moisture a lot easier. And then you're applying topical minoxidil, and that's going to weigh your hair down. Your hair is thin, so that's why you're using minoxidil. But now you need to wash it out. But now you're using something that's going to make your hair brittle and dry, and it's just horrible. So basically, coming out the shampoo, sulfate free, but it's also going to combat, hopefully, reduce some shedding and some topical DHT. We're also releasing pharmaceuticals, so we'll have a 2% ketoconazole option for a shampoo, and then we'll have more of a customization. So it's similar to Hims, Keeps, Zion, but will be more custom essentially. So you'll have women's solutions through spironolactone pharmaceutical mixed with minoxidil. You'll have finasteride minoxidil combos. You'll have topical minoxidil with tretinoin. You'll have basically just a little bit more option for customization that you want for your hair through pharmaceutical options, which is going to give you the most optimal outcome for getting your hair and keeping it long term.
Yeah.
Even with a transplant, it's something you want to look into, especially if you're going to pay for surgery. You might as well keep that long term.
Oh,
So
100%. Well, I would say you would want to do that first before even considering surgery. That's kind of like been
yeah,
my
definitely.
biggest thing with guys messaging me, like, almost, I would say like 75% of the time they're looking at transplants as a solution, as a way to bypass medication.
I think it's great if you're not headed to pass like a Norwood 3. Like
Yeah.
if you're at a Norwood 3, you want to get a hair transplant, you find a good doctor that can really handle a Norwood 3 or 4, maybe even a 4. But if you're headed, which most transplant doctors should be able to see what miniaturization looks like and what that progression of miniaturization should look like for you based on your family history, where you're at currently. But if you're headed past a Norwood 3, you should heavily consider medication even before thinking about a hair transplant if you want to keep that result long term. I always look at it this way. I mean, unless you're like professional athlete or
Yeah.
something, But yeah, it's always kind of blowing my mind. It's like you rather prep for the surgery. If you're willing to spend money on a surgery, you should be willing to spend, $30 a month on prevention care so that you're protecting your investment over a long period of time.
And you're gonna save money
Yeah, and you're gonna
because
have more hair, which is like the
yeah.
point of the whole thing, right?
Exactly. You talked about customization with this online pharmacy,
Mhm.
and we had a conversation off air about I had this idea because of so many guys that I talked to that are worried about side effects or have side effects of having like this finasteride kind of starter pack. You start at the lowest dose possible, 0.1 milligrams, then 0.25, then
Mhm.
zero point 0.5, then eventually you get into the, what's the recommended dose of 1 milligram. And, for there's going to be groups of guys that are like, I'm going to stop at zero point 0.5 or maybe stop at 0.25, whatever it is. But having that ability, that option is no one else does that. That's going to be kind of like a game changer, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
it'd be cool to preset trade or like titrated dosages of finasteride, like you said, kind of like preset a point 0.1 or 0.25, and then just sell those individually.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard to cut some of those like one
Y-
milligram pills. You can get a pill cutter
ho-
and cut them, like the
Yeah.
Proscar. People do that, but you're still hitting like 1.25 milligrams of finasteride. You want to be able to actually get down to like a point
Yeah.
0.5 or
How are it wouldn't like this gentleman that I was talking to, he was saying like, how would I cut a 1 milligram pill into a zero point 0.1 like this? That's impossible. I need a place
yeah,
that's able to prescribe it and just give me the pill that's zero point 0.1. Plus cutting it is a pain.
it is.
It's kind of like one of those things like applying it anything topically is a pain. Taking a pill is just easier. If you already have the zero point 0.1 without needing to cut it, that's just going to be, in my opinion, a game changer. Guys
Yeah,
will take it, be done with it, and kind of see how they feel in a month. If they don't have any side effects, let me go up to the 0.25. And then if they don't feel side effects with that,
yeah,
bump up to the zero point 0.5. And if at any point they're like, okay, now I'm getting side effects, they can go back down.
yeah.
So having that flexibility is going to be amazing.
Yeah, if
And
you can, yeah, if we can get a lab that would do something like that, would be sick. And then just kind of give it to people as like a finasteride starter pack.
yeah,
If people are
you
worried
call
about it, they can start something small and work their way up.
yeah, I think that's going to be big. Another suggestion I
It's
had,
trademarked, you can't steal it.
yeah. Exactly. We know you.
We're spitting out great ideas for people right now. They're just watching.
Yeah, they're watching, taking notes.
Yeah.
Okay. Call the pharmacy right now. Another idea that I had, don't steal it, is combining Cialis with finasteride. And I think that you'd be able to combine, 1 milligram of finasteride with 5 milligrams of Cialis, which is what's recommended to take
Mhm.
daily, and you would pretty much eliminate the worry of ED, which is
Yeah,
like 95% of men that don't want to take finasteride is because they read that. They
yeah,
read that you get ED and low libido and all that stuff. And as an added benefit, you can get sick pumps at the gym.
yeah. No, it's good for a pre-workout as well. I think a
Yeah,
lot of men that would deal with side effects would benefit from the Cialis. I think a lot of men just don't like relying on like I could see myself being prideful in a way where it's like, I don't want to rely on a pill, regardless if it handles
for
everything.
performance
Just
or just
oh,
in
sure,
general.
like in performance too, or even like even relying on a pill for your hair. I know a lot of people that just don't want to like be
Yeah,
burdened by the fact that they have to take something for something, or it's like it's almost humbling in a way. So if
yeah.
they feel like they might feel humbled, like, oh, if I have to take Cialis because this doesn't work, and then I have to take this because my hair. It's like they make that they
a-
feel degraded almost in a
eh,
way.
yeah.
But it would solve those issues, so they could just take it and they just be good, essentially.
I mean, you could look at it that way, which I think a lot of
I
people
just
do.
think a
Like,
lot
I
of people
take a
do.
it's like taking a pill for a pill, essentially, is
Yeah.
the way they're looking at it. You don't know if you're gonna get the side effect. but this is just kind of an insurance policy. That's the way I would
Yeah,
view it. It'd be like for if you're worried about it for whatever reason, if it just crosses your mind and you're like, I don't want to get that side effect, this would pretty much eliminate that possibility.
yeah.
So it's
I think for most people, if I took finasteride and I sold it to you with a guarantee that you will not get side effects, even though there would be a possibility it could,
yeah,
you probably wouldn't get side effects, right? Like you would literally just not even think about the
yeah,
possibility of getting side effects. But with anything we do, there's no guarantee. Like
yeah,
if I said, hey, you're gonna drink too much caffeine, you're gonna have a panic attack, start sweating everywhere, and want to go run in your car and hide,
yeah,
you'd probably be like, well, it's not going to do that. It's caffeine. It's like it happens a lot, you know. So it's like, what are you taking every day, and what are the risks that you're taking with that? And there's a lot of people that take risks every day that have so many chances of side effects that I could arguably say would be worse than finasteride. But when you talk about the manhood or anything like that, it just becomes a whole different game. But hey, are you drinking on the weekends? What are you doing for your physical health? How's your sleep? Because I know my libido is going to be a lot lower if my sleep's bad.
oh
Isn't
yeah,
my sleep's bad if my food's bad if I'm not lifting? So I think people can take something and um, you know they're taking something and they're 100% guaranteed to take it and not have issues, then they would take it in a heartbeat. But unfortunately, everything comes with a little bit of risk. I was
yeah,
asking my mom, we were in the ocean. I said, if you jump into the ocean, you got $1 million. You just have to tread water for an hour.
oof,
Would you do it? And you're like, well, I would do it if someone was watching me the whole time and can
yeah,
grab me whenever. I said, no, no,
yeah.
no. No one can supervise you. You just have to jump in the water
Mm.
and tread water for an hour with no one supervising, no safety net.
Can you just float?
You have to tread there for an hour.
You can't just go back
You
and
can you
float?
can do float, you can do whatever you want, but would you do it, right? Oh, well, I would do it if
Yeah,
someone was watching me,
yeah.
right?
If
So
someone
it's
was watching me 100%.
exactly, but if someone wasn't,
Yeah, if I'm
then
there
would you do
alone,
it? You
no,
do it alone.
yeah,
So I think that's what it is with finasteride. It's like if someone
yeah,
was gonna take the pill, no side effects, you'd be good, right? You'd take it in a heartbeat. Oh, there's
yeah,
no issues, I don't get side effects, I'm in. But that's just not the case. So
yeah. Well, I think also, like, now, I think there's kind of a shifting of the tides where men are becoming more honest and more real about, like, insecurities, and it's okay to be insecure, like, I don't know why you have to feel shamed about being insecure about some every single person has an insecurity
yeah,
about it, a multitude of things,
yeah,
like, it could be weight, it could be height, it could be hair, it could be a million different things.
yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with that. It just makes you human. So if there is something that would help this insecurity, why not take it? And if this pill, if the reason why, because anybody watching this is interested in stopping their hair loss, regrowing their hair, and there's different methods, right? You can do it medicinally through medication, or you can do it surgically. They go in conjunction. So if you have this pill that stops your hair loss, but you don't want to take it because fears of having, ED, then you have this pill that stops that.
Would you just take that? Yeah, just
Done.
combine them.
Quite honestly, I would say as someone who takes topical dutasteride for that reason, because I've had side effects from finasteride and I haven't wanted to take it orally.
Have you thought about oral dutasteride?
I thought about it, but I wouldn't take it because of side effects. But if there was oral dutasteride, like let's say, because dutasteride is super strong, if there was like let's say 0.1 milligram of oral
Mhm.
dutasteride that I would take daily with 5 milligrams of Cialis, I would probably try it. I probably would. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah,
because that would kind of give me that insurance policy to be
yeah.
like,
Would you take TRT?
TRT is a tough one. I know that when I was your age, I was really, really close to like getting on TRT.
Mhm.
I had my testosterone checked and everything, and it was kind of on the lower normal side. Like I think I was like at 500 or something like that, which is it's not great. It's not horrible, but it could be better. The thing that keeps me from that is like I'm already prone to hair loss.
So is the hair, yeah. I
And
feel that.
so I'm like, if I hop on TRT, goodbye hair.
It's almost like a form of, I mean, your Cialis covers it, like that would solve that. You could also see if that would help as well. You can be like, okay, I'm on TRT, but I'm nuking my DHT, so the production is just getting nuked completely, you know? Yeah, I wonder if I'd be interested because I know, like, you can run certain cycles and then just, like, do tasks right, you'd be good.
Yeah, I mean, I researched all that stuff. Like, I think what I probably would have done is maybe Anavar, which is seems to be the most
Safest, yeah.
safest
At the end of the
compound
day,
for
though, I
hair.
mean, they're all just gonna nuke our hair,
At the end of
man.
the day, yeah. But the thing about testosterone or any exogenous hormone is that they can cause ED
Mhm,
themselves. So if you're not like, it's really kinda like then you become a real science experiment, right? You gotta do, like you gotta run Arimidex, like a estrogen blocker and in conjunction with your testosterone, and sometimes if you do I think if you have different derivatives of hormone. So you have to take testosterone, which is the main hormone, in conjunction with that. So if you're like running like DECA or D-ball, you got to take testosterone. Otherwise, that's gonna give you ED. So there's like all these different things that you really have to become like really well versed
mhm,
in that. I researched it for a little bit because I was interested in it, but I ended up just saying, nah, just it's not for me personally. It's not worth it,
yeah.
especially because it also affects fertility. And I was talking to, I'm gonna shout him out, Dr. Ossie Peretz of Trichogenics, and we were talking about like, finasteride and fertility, and he was like, you know what really will kill your fertility? Like TRT.
Oh, yeah,
That
definitely.
will nuke. If you really don't want to have a child, like get on that. Zeph, one last question.
Mhm.
Was your hair transplant worth it?
Oh, it was definitely worth it. Yeah, I feel like a whole new person. I love the new look. It's definitely been a confidence booster externally, internally, and yeah, it's sometimes I just don't even recognize myself. So definitely worth it. If you're gonna get a hair transplant, do your due diligence, get on a proper hair loss protocol, get in contact with Melvin here for the Hair Transplant Network, find the right doctor, and then go from there. You don't have to jump into it, YOLO it, see some guy on the internet. Oh, I need to go to him. No, no, no. Go to someone that's similar to your hair type, similar to a result you want. Take the right steps beforehand, stop your hair loss, and then get into it. If you do it the right way, you're going to be so happy you did it, and you're going to have your hair for a very long time. I feel younger than I did 5 years ago. I feel like a whole new person, and it's been a fun experience
Awesome. Well, thanks, man.
for sure, buddy. It's good.
All right.
Appreciate you.